but then the front is crazy. I don't know if I smoked a bird at one point or what. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, or as always, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Today is going to be a part 1 of 2. Reason being, I don't have the rest of the stuff I need to finish this, but it is part 1 of E-fan swapping the truck finally. So the part 1 is going to be the 34-inch radiator, because as you guys know, or if you don't know, if you're doing the E-fan swap and you have the 28-inch radiator, which I have, you've got to swap it out for the bigger 34-inch radiator. A company actually reached out to me and sent me this radiator, and it is a AUTOSAVER88 radiator off of Amazon, and I will leave a link in the description to this exact radiator. So again, that will be down in the description. You guys can look at that and check this radiator out, and it's really not that bad of a price either. So we'll just unbox it here. It's packaged real nice. It's got all this wrapped up, all this. The box came in really good condition. I didn't see anything that looked like it's been dropped or anything like that. And then obviously all this here. Now the one I got has the trans coolers, which is this side. Some of them, I think they also sell one that has the oil coolers in it. My truck does not have that option. I think that's like 6.0s, stuff like that, that have the oil coolers. Mine doesn't, so I just got this one. Don't really plan on adding it either, because I don't know, it just doesn't seem like a very big necessity. But first overall impressions of this, I haven't taken this off yet. I gotta get some trimmer to cut that off. First overall impressions, I mean, it looks good, it looks sturdy. I'm not seeing anything concerning. Like I said, it was packaged pretty well, so I'm not too worried about anything in that aspect. So let's get this cut, and then we'll check out the fins. And then once we do that and make sure everything's good to go, we will go ahead and go to the front of the truck and show me disconnecting all that stuff, which it should be a very easy swap. The only thing that's kind of a bummer is I'm gonna have to keep the 28-inch shroud for right now. I think it'll be okay, just because it'll still get plenty of cooling through there. And then as the truck's moving, obviously it'll have all the rest of the surface area to cool it down, keep everything like it needs to be. I would spring for the 38 or the 34-inch shroud, but here soon I'm going to be getting the E-fans in, so it kind of doesn't make sense to me to waste the money on the shroud when I'm getting the fans in soon. So let's cut this off. I'll show you guys the fins and everything, make sure everything's good. Oh yeah, they look really good. I don't want to jam on it too hard, but as you can see, these look really good. You can see a couple little teeny nicks, but I mean, as you guys know, especially if you've ever replaced these things, I mean, that's inevitable. But there's nothing, none of them are completely blocked off. Again, nothing concerning. Got a little bit there, but it looks really good. Again, I kind of think it's put on how it was packaged, and I know I kind of stressed on that, but I don't know, it's packaged pretty good, especially compared to some of the other ones that I've seen that have been sent out. Alright guys, so I mean, it looks good, so I guess now we can go to the front of the truck and start tearing apart what's on there now. Alright guys, so as you can see, I got the radiator draining. I've got the hose clamp off the top of the radiator. I think probably good to pull that off, hopefully, so I don't make a mess. Just a little bit, not much. So that's off. With that being off, it should make that drain that much quicker. I would show you where the drain is for that, but I'll just show you on the new radiator since it's basically in the new spot, or it's in the same spot. That one's just kind of hard to see. The drain hole is here, and normally there's a tube that goes up and it's supposed to set into here, but mine doesn't have it. So it's just draining from right there. But it's in the same spot on the old one, just up in the truck, can't really see it. That's where that just draining from. It should be a real simple pull out. It's these two up here. Gotta unhook the lower line. I think there's one more line to the overflow, and then the transcooler lines, which also aren't that bad to get to. So let's finish doing all that, and then the next shot should be me pulling this whole thing out. All right guys, so as you can see, everything is out as far as radiator goes. The condenser and everything's still in there obviously, but definitely not too bad of a job. Just want to make sure you get all the lines off, and don't, biggest thing is try not to break any, which radiator hoses aren't very expensive, but your trans lines are the ones you want to be the most careful of. So obviously you've got, I think this top one is your overflow. That's just a clamp. These ones get these little clips. I think I have one sitting here. You get these little clips, and the new radiator from AUTOSAVER actually comes with new ones, so don't gotta worry about if these ones break or you lose them, because there are some already pre-installed in here, so that makes that super easy. But they sit in here. Let's see if I can get a good look at the grooves. This one's kind of dirty. Maybe I can show you better on the new one. But if you can see the copper right there, or the darker color, that's the groove it sits in, and it just slides up in there, sticks in there, so that way when you put the transcooler line in, it literally just slides in, pops in, and it's done. So that's it for these. And obviously your lower one, that was a bit of a pain for me just because it's kind of an awkward spot to get to, but got that off no problem. Obviously the upper one was pretty easy, but, and then yeah, this was your drain on this one like I was talking about. But look at this. For one, this is the back. Look how dirty the back of this thing is. But then the front is crazy. I don't know if I smoked a bird at one point or what, but there are feathers all in this thing. A little bit of a mud dauber's nest. Like it's pretty rough. So just this swapping over to this. It's huge improvement. It's way bigger too, so it should actually cool down the truck better, which really didn't have any problems cooling down before, but this should definitely help. So super excited to get this in. Got that out. Probably gonna go clean some stuff up in there because it's a little grody, got old coolant everywhere, and a little bit of transmission fluid from unplugging that. So let me get in there, clean all that up real quick, and then start popping this guy in. Alright guys, I actually remember in this after I've done everything, but there are actually a couple things you have to transfer over from the old radiator. Now, there are bushings here that go into the top of the radiator. You'll see them when you're taking them out. It's a rubber bushing. It's one piece. So you just pop that through the hole. Sometimes they'll come out as you're trying to take the old radiator out, but you have to swap those over. It's just two of them, real simple. And then the two bushings on the bottom, you have to swap those over as well. Mine, one of the bushings came out, one of them stayed in the truck with both. So hurried up and swap those over. There are two holes in the very bottom right next to each other. So this radiator, if it's 28, will be sitting on the inside. And since we upgraded to the 34 inch, it's got to go to the outside. So if it's still in the truck, the hole that's here, it's just got to get transferred over to the hole that's on the outside. Super easy. And also, I used all the same hoses too. I've heard you had to get a new upper. I was a little worried about that, and heard different things about the lower. But I used the same upper and lower radiator hoses. Wanted to share that with you guys in case you're watching this and want to do this swap, or are just curious about it in general. So just remember that when you guys are doing this swap. Super easy, nothing bad about it at all. Alright guys, so as you can see, the truck is running, and I got everything installed. I'm just kind of bleeding off the system now, and it's been running for a hot minute, and it's sitting right at where it needs to, right below the 210 mark, which I believe this has like 190, 195 degree thermostat, so perfect. And it's been running like that for a minute, so I think we're done with this install. Now I'm gonna let it run for a little bit longer just to make sure it's not gonna overheat and everything's good. I've already checked, there are no leaks. Everything looks like it's holding up really, really well. And let me show you guys what I pulled out of this thing. I think I already showed it just a little bit, but kind of want to look at it again. Hopefully the truck's not too loud or anything like that. But this is what I got out. Like I said, there's crud all in it. I don't really know how this was doing as well as it was, but it was. It was still holding up pretty good, so I might actually still like sell that old one just in case somebody needs a cheap one that's at least they know works. Probably clean it up, post it for sale. But this new one is so much bigger, so much better, and it looks a lot better in there. I'll kind of show you just a little bit, see if you guys can see it. See the new back there, and let's get up in here. It's gonna be a little loud, sorry for headphone users, but got the brand new one. Shifter's kind of in the way, but you can see right exactly where it needs to be. This install is done. Now again, this is an AUTOSAVER88 radiator. There will be a link below to this radiator. It's really affordable, and I cannot complain about the quality of it, at least so far. I will definitely be doing an update video on the longevity if anything happens, which, I mean, if that quality speaks anything, I think this will be in the truck for a good long while, if not the rest of this thing's life. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. I think I've done pretty much everything I need to. Now, you guys probably saw when I showed you the inside. I'll show you guys again with the truck off so you can actually see it. There's a gap here, about the same width on the other side. That is because, like I said, the radiator used to be mounted here. Now, if you're doing this and you want to keep the clutch fan, you're going to want to get the 34-inch shroud, which you can get those. I think they're on a lot of the SUVs with this. And I mean, I'm pretty sure you can buy them, but I didn't want to waste the money on the shroud just because I'm doing an E-fan swap. That's the reason I upgraded the radiator. And I can't justify spending however much it would be on a new shroud when I'm going to be pretty much tossing it anyways and throwing E-fans in there. So this will get me by. I'm not worried about it at all because the E-fans should hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully be in the next couple of months. Again, guys, extremely happy with the radiator. Shout out to AUTOSAVER88 for sending this out. And if you guys are in the market to do an E-fan swap, or really just need a replacement radiator, or if you really just kind of want to upgrade from that one and get a new shroud, I mean, I have no complaints whatsoever. So huge shout out to those guys for sending that out, helping me out with this build, and also, I mean, supporting the channel. Again, link to that radiator will be in the description below. So that pretty much wraps this video up, guys. Like I said, this will be a part 1 of hopefully 2. Hopefully I can get the rest of this done in the second part. And again, like I said, hopefully all that stuff will be here in the next couple of months. So stay tuned for all that. And hopefully soon this thing will have E-fans. Hit that like button if you like this video. Hit that subscribe button if you guys want to see some more stuff with the truck, with the Tahoe, all that good stuff. And if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns about anything I did here, always leave it down below and I will answer it to the best of my ability. Go follow me on all my socials. All of those will be in the description below and at the end cards at the end of the video. And definitely go check out AUTOSAVER88, or I think they're kind of affiliated with Yita Motors as well, if I'm pronouncing that right. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe those are kind of the same linked affiliates on Amazon. I've actually worked with them. I think I actually have AUTOSAVER88 headlights on the Ultima. I think I did a video on that, and they've been great so far. They might be a little dirty, but I will show them to you. Yeah, they're definitely a little dirty, but I mean, they don't hold water. Never had any issues with them. Everything I've ever gotten from these guys have been pretty quality stuff and pretty affordable too. So like I said, definitely go check those out. But that's where I'm gonna end this video, guys, for real this time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.